Join Wager, cash in, and get a $125 bonus. Sign up now at tvg.com.
Welcome to those who have just joined us on the Fox family of networks. Greg Wolf, Paul LaDuca, Simon Bray with you. It is post time for the Kentucky Derby.
They're all in line. We are ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. Frank Daddy extreme outside, then will take charge. Norman the Invasion rides the rail as they begin that wild scurry into that first turn. Orb is coming with giant strides in the center of the track. It is Orb in front from Norman the Invasion, My Loot, and Golden Soul between horses. Down to the wire. Orb has won the Kentucky Derby for Shug McGahee.
This is going to be a popular victory, Greg, within the industry because of the connections here. Shug is a very respected, a well-liked man, and this is going to be a very, very popular win for him.
The best horse won the race. This is a serious racehorse that has a serious shot to win the Triple Crown.
I'm quietly confident that he'll be awfully tough to beat.
And this is kind of uncharted territory for us in the modern age. We have not seen a horse come to the Preakness this heavy of a favorite at 3-5.
They're off in the Preakness. And Orb had a good start from the inside. Golden Sense is going to go out and take the lead. Orb will be close, and he's in between horses, and he's going to get shuffled back a little bit there. He lost position, and now Orb's going to have to find a way through. But now suddenly Orb is losing ground to the leaders. Orb has dropped back to 6th on the inside. It's My Lucky Day to the outside. Tries to catch him late, but it's Oxbow and Gary Stevens to win the Preakness.
How about Gary Stevens?
Are we back in the 1990s, mid-90s?
And Orb just came up empty.
And now our drought for the Triple Crown will stand at 36 years. The first horse has moved into line for the Belmont Stakes. Larry Colmus is about to call a field of 14. Thoroughbred Racing's Triple Crown in America ends today. Good luck.
They're off in the Belmont Stakes. Good starts for both Oxbow and Orb. Palace in the clear from Oxbow and Orb. It is going to be Palace, Malice, and Mike Smith in the Belmont Stakes.
Mike Smith gave Palace Malice the perfect trip. You know, having a great veteran Hall of Fame rider means a ton.
Well, a fantastic Triple Crown in 2013, and for the fourth time in the last 5 years, we have had a different winner of each individual race, guys, in this Triple Crown. And Matty, it all started with Orb in the Kentucky Derby, a popular win for Hall of Fame trainer Shug McGahee.
Yeah, Shug McGahee, one of the more beloved figures in all of racing. And Shug McGahee, you think female runners, you think, you know, the distaff division, but you don't think 3-year-old males. I mean, you know, Easy Goer back in 1989 was his big horse, lost to Sunday Silence, ended up winning the Belmont in Daylight Manor that year, but a great trainer, you know, who never won a Kentucky Derby, so it was a great moment.
Hey, what I take from this Derby, didn't it feel like this one might be the one? I think a lot of people were hoping that Orb was going to win the Derby and could be that one that could.
We get that all the time.
Yeah, get that Triple Crown, but I think the connections made it, or made the public and the real true horse racing fan want Orb to try to win the Triple Crown.
No, I agree with that. It was a very popular victory. He did win that race in dominant fashion. It was a wet racetrack. I think in retrospect, that led to the margin of victory. We wanted Orb to be better coming out of that race than he turned out to be.
And we should give Rosario a little credit. I mean, this is a guy who broke the record for wins at Keeneland in the spring. Before that, he wins the Dubai World Cup with Animal Kingdom, and then he wins the Kentucky Derby with Orb. So it was 2 months from a rider that we really haven't seen much of really in the history of this game. That's how dominant he was.
Then, of course, it was short-lived in terms of having the dream of a Triple Crown. Dwayne Lucas says, I get paid to spoil dreams. And he did that in the Preakness. Gary Stevens, huge moment for him, coming back at the age of 50, and to get a win like this was another very popular win.
No, I mean, Stevens had so many moments through the year, but I think more of Lucas at the age of 77, winning the Preakness, his 6th Preakness, his first Preakness win since Charismatic in 1999, and setting the record for most Triple Crown wins with 14.
Well, I think a lot of people, forget a little bit about Oxbow. Towards the end of the year, the other Lucas runner probably ended up to be the best 3-year-old and Will Take Charge, but Oxbow in the Triple Crown, probably, you know, he didn't run a great Derby, but he won the Preakness and was second in the Belmont. You can argue he was the best horse in those 3 races.
Yeah,
And he was 15-1, Rich.
The most consistent horse throughout the Triple Crown series. And the thing about Dwayne is that you're tempted to call it a comeback. Guy's never really been away. You know, he's got deep pocket owners who continue to give him blank checks to buy high-end racehorses. And as he demonstrated once again this year, he knows what to do and he's got one.
Third and final leg of the Triple Crown, the winner of the Kentucky Derby, Orb, and then Oxbow, they both ran very good races, but it was a new face winning that third leg. It was Palace Malice, a horse who coming into the race only had a maiden win to his credit.
Yeah, you had legends involved in every leg of the Triple Crown, and you had another one in the Belmont with Cott Campbell, Dogwood Stable at the age of 85. Dogwood Stable being the first real true syndicate in racing dating back to 1971. You know, had one Triple Crown race before with Summer Squall, but it was great to see Cott Campbell win, you know, another huge race one more time.
I think the cream rises to the top a little bit here, Rich. I think Palace Malice towards the end of the year and then Will Take Charge became the best 3-year-old, but Palace Malice really started to peak towards that race.
Well, the thing about Palace Malice in retrospect is I really loved the way he came up to the Derby, but they went with blinkers on in the Derby, and he was virtually a runoff under Mike Smith. He set unreasonable fractions. He paid the price late. They passed on the Preakness. Then they come back with the blinkers off at the Belmont. He tracks the pace, and he really validated our high opinion of him.
And on a side note, too, a little bit of history made. Rosie Napravnik becomes the first female jockey to ride in all 3 Triple Crown races in the same year as well.
All right, for trainer Tom Ames. Yeah.
Well, 2013 Triple Crown, very exciting. But again, the drought continues for a Triple Crown winner.